Oh no, there goes the whole stack. And look, this tab snapped right off. Let me try a little super glue. Nothing, it won't hold at all. But don't throw it away just yet because I'm about to show you the one thing that actually works. There's one cheap thing in your house that turns ordinary super glue into something almost as strong as a weld. It's cotton, and I'm going to put it through 6 brutal repairs to prove it. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Dan. The first material is nothing special, just ordinary cotton, something almost every home already has. To understand what cotton can do, I want to start with a simple experiment. I grab a hammer and strike the surface. Then another hit, and another. The cotton doesn't collapse. It doesn't crack. It remains surprisingly solid. Next, I drive a screw directly into the hardened cotton. The screw bites firmly into the material. Even when I grab it with pliers and pull hard, it refuses to come out easily. For something that started as a soft cotton ball, that's impressive. Now let's move to a real repair. This plastic tab has snapped off completely. Problems like this are common on household equipment storage bins, jamiens, and vehicle trim pieces. Normally, applying glue only along the brake line creates a very small bonding area. That's why repairs often fail. Instead, I wrap a thin layer of cotton around the damaged section. Then I apply super glue. The cotton absorbs the glue and forms a reinforced bridge across the brake. After waiting about a minute, I test the repair. The broken section feels noticeably stronger. The cotton isn't just holding the pieces together, it's creating additional structure around the damaged area. That's a big difference. Now it costs you almost nothing. Next, let's look at something many people deal with every day. A damaged electrical cable. This cable has lost part of its protective outer jacket. My first thought is electrical tape. It works, but the repair still feels soft and vulnerable. So let's try the cotton method. I wrap a thin layer of cotton around the damaged area. Then I slowly saturate it with super glue. A few moments later, the surface becomes rigid and durable. What started as a weak, damaged section now has a tough, protective shell. This creates a much stronger barrier against bending and wear. But this next repair is more difficult. The corner of this wooden table is broken. Besides looking bad, the missing section makes the furniture appear damaged. Simply filling the area with glue won't work. There isn't enough structure to support the repair. So first I create a temporary mold. I cut a small piece of thin plastic and attach it underneath the damaged corner. Then I cut another piece and fold it into a 90-degree angle. This forms the outer shape of the missing corner. Now we have a framework. The repair can begin. This is where patience matters. Instead of stuffing a large amount of cotton into the cavity all at once, I build the repair gradually. A small layer of cotton, a few drops of glue, then another layer, and another. The reason is simple. Thin layers allow the glue to penetrate evenly through the entire structure. Large clumps can trap empty spaces inside. Those hidden voids reduce strength. Layer by layer, the missing corner slowly takes shape. Once everything is fully cured, I remove the plastic molds. The repaired corner is now solid, but it still needs finishing. Using a utility knife, I carefully trim away excess material. Then I switch to sandpaper. Slow strokes smooth the surface. Sharp edges disappear. The shape becomes more natural. By the way, I'm curious, what is the one thing in your house you keep gluing back together that never stays fixed? Tell me down in the comments. I might test it next. Now let's move to another common household problem. Wall holes. They look messy and allow moisture to enter over time. Many people leave them untouched. I want to see if cotton can help here too. I push cotton deep into the hole using a small tool. Then I add super glue. The cotton expands slightly and hardens inside the cavity. Before the glue fully cures, I install a screw. This creates a surprisingly strong anchor point. Next is a damaged cabinet hinge. Over time, screws loosen. The wood fibers wear out. Eventually, the screws can no longer grip properly. That's exactly what's happened here. The screw holes have become oversized. Every time the screws are tightened, they loosen again. To fix it, I pack cotton into each hole. Then I saturate the cotton with super glue. After the material hardens, the screws are reinstalled. This time, they bite firmly into the repaired holes. The hinge feels secure once again. And now we come to the biggest challenge of the entire project: a broken water pipe fitting. Straight pipe sections are usually easy to replace, but elbow fittings are often harder to access and much more difficult to repair. This crack is large enough that most people would assume replacement is the only option. Let's see what happens. First, I cut a small plastic patch. The patch is inserted inside the damaged area. This gives the repair something solid to rest against. Without support underneath, the cotton would have nothing to build upon. Now I begin applying small pieces of cotton, a little at a time. Each layer receives a small amount of glue. Then another layer follows. Slowly, the damaged area fills in. The repair becomes thicker, stronger, more rigid. Again, the key is working in layers. That creates a denser structure with fewer weak spots. Looking back at all these tests, it's hard to believe that every repair began with the same two materials: cotton and super glue. Together, they repaired plastic reinforced cables, rebuilt furniture, restored screw holes, strengthened hinges, and even repaired a damaged pipe fitting. Projects like this remind us that effective repairs don't always require expensive products or specialized tools. Sometimes the best solutions are already sitting inside our homes. Before we finish, let me know where you're watching from. I always enjoy learning about different repair techniques from people around the world. If this gave you an idea for your own repairs, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, because there are plenty more tricks like this on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.